Hey everyone,
it's Cassie.
it's Espy. We're best friend-in-laws. We've got some shit to say.
I'm ready. Are you?
I was going to do a
Hey.
test run, but I guess we're just going to go ahead and jump right into that. How you doing, bestie?
You know, I'm doing good.
I hope everybody can hear us okay.
Everyone can. No, there hasn't been any, complaints.
Well, I always
So.
like a mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I know, but you heard me fine, right? I can't
in our
check mine. I never check mine.
yeah, typically in our episodes we sound okay. If anybody else wants to tell us if we don't, but oops.
Sam, since you're a number one listener, please let us know. We don't sound.
My mom watches with closed captions, so
Yeah.
all right. Well, welcome to April.
Yay. I played a good April Fool's joke on the kids this morning. I woke them up and I said, "Oh, come on, guys, we gotta hurry and get ready." And they're like, "What? What?" I was like, "We're not going to school today. We are going to Six Flags.
Stop. That's
So
mean.
let's get ready." I know Rowan was so mad. He was
I
so
bet.
mad. He was like, "That's the worst joke ever."
That is not something you do to Rowan in the morning.
It was
at that.
it was so funny. I thought it was the best. So then he got me back and told Daniel when I was gone getting Aiden, he said, "Dad, I have to tell you something." And Daniel was like, "What is it?" He's like, "Mom's cheating on you."
That's not funny.
He said, and Daniel's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, she was flirting with the guy." And I don't know what the rest of the conversation was, but tell me why I didn't know they had this conversation. And I'm at home, I come back and I make Daniel food, and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, babe, I went and got a fill," and so I had my ring off,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to the car wash after, and tell me why there's 3 workers, and they're all like, "Oh, roll down your window," different times within the minutes I'm waiting to go in, right?
Mm-hmm.
To give me a candy, the lollipop. So "Oh, you want one?" I don't have no kids in my car. I'm like, "There's no kids in here. I'm
No,
good."
sir.
And they're like, "Oh no, for your weight. Here's one." First one, okay? So I took the first one, and I was like, "Okay." And then the second guy comes, and I'm like, "I'm okay," and I'm on the phone, and then the other guy's comes back. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for them. Do you want one?" "No, I'm okay."
Jesus Christ. You're like, "I'm all sugared out. Thank you."
But it was funny, and I was like, "Why are they being like this?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have my ring on."
She was looking cute.
I guess I was looking cute. I was looking like this, but I mean, it was raining in the car. They probably couldn't see through the windows, but it was so funny. So I was telling Daniel about this, and then Rowan was like, "See, Dad, I told you she was flirting."
That's not funny, Rowan.
And I was like, "Rowan, that's not funny." He's like, "Well, I had to get you back, Mom, because yours wasn't funny either."
Yeah, but I mean, yours was more innocent than his was.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, my husband knows me.
Yeah. No, Rowan. No. Naughty prank.
Yeah. So did you get anyone today or no?
No, I think for the most part, nobody even acknowledged it, which is
Remembered.
so funny because there was so many people on St. Patrick's Day oh, you're not wearing green. And I'm like, cha, I'm too old for this shit. First of all, my scrubs are head to toe green. But the nurses and stuff are walking around with Dollar Tree little necklaces or little,
Yeah.
No, I'm not. We're not doing that.
Yeah, I didn't dress up. I didn't wear green either. But I mean, I'm good. I'm good for a good little prank.
I feel like it was more of an elementary thing of St. Patrick's Day and the history behind it and dressing up for it and stuff, making sure no one pinched you, this and that. But I don't really see people doing it anymore. And especially even when I dropped the kids off at school, there was nobody really was dressed up or anything. I don't know. It's kind of sad.
I've seen a lot of kids dressed up, but nothing once it was 5th and 6th grade, it was
See,
no one cared.
elementary.
Elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So you mentioned before we jumped on here what April means to you.
Yeah, and I mean, I know I posted too. I don't know if I posted on on our Instagram or mine, but it's Autism Awareness Month. So, there's a lot of like dress up days this week just to bring awareness and fun runs. There's tons of things, and I think it's very important for people, to go out and support those things because those help research and help fund sensory days
Is there any place in particular that you recommend that we go to?
for
Like
sensory
any
days.
website for
Um,
fundraising?
well, I normally typically just go to, I was just on there actually. It's just the Autism Speaks is a really good one, and that's where I used to get all my like fun runs um for like to do things. I normally like I'll share some links probably this month when they have things going, and I'll post that.
Mm-hmm.
Um Obviously for me, I bring awareness to it all the time. I talk about it all the time. But this month, it's just like a little more extra love, and I like the little things that they do. And some people aren't aware too. Like Fresno has a lot of sensory places.
I saw there's one on like
Um,
Herndon and Palm,
Herndon
right
and
on the
Palm,
corner.
yeah. And then there's like places like the zoo, the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. Like they have, if you ask the guest that you have a sensory sensitive child, they'll give you headphones, a little backpack that tells you where it's like loud, calming areas. And that's kind of what all these, you know, profit goes to, is providing those needs for kids that
Yeah.
want to go to the zoo. Um, Another one, I made a list. That's what I was writing when you seen me. But like Chuck E. Cheese, Sensory Sundays, a lot of it's Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
They do Sensory Sundays, so it's not as loud. They, you know, um, bring headphones out. They tone down the lights.
Oh,
Um, and then No Surrender does no Sensory Sundays as well, from like 10 to 1, I believe. And it's only like $5 per child too.
I think we definitely need to post these things because well, you know, not being a mother of anyone on the spectrum, I had no idea that those even existed, those dates and times. So I think it's a good idea for us to share these on our socials and just letting people know because when I tell people that wait, let me get it right. Is it Maya that has the quiet room?
Yeah, Maya does. That was on my list. Yeah.
People are like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Yeah, you should try this," or because a lot of parents want to be able to do family days or date nights, or if you have multiples and one of them is sensitive to sensories, like you want to be able to accommodate everybody and still have the child feel included and stuff, like we're all going to go to the movies together. That's fucking awesome, but I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that we're screaming it loud enough for the people in the back of the room.
No. No. And also, oh, I can't think of it now. I might have to look on my phone. I know JWoww is part of another one too. I think it's called Task. And they provide like sensory rooms for like arenas, football,
Hmm.
like, you go to a Laker game, they have sensory rooms. Save Mart Centers, they have this company that goes in and makes a space for them. If anyone's feeling, overloaded or anxiety, anything, you don't have to be just, on the
I'm off.
spectrum. Yeah. You
I
don't have
can't
to
even go to
be,
Sam's Club.
yeah, you don't have to be on the spectrum. That was one where I found like really interesting, and I love that she, did that because she made awareness to it, and she partnered with these people, and they raised a lot of money to help. I
They're
don't know
very
her
public
name.
places. In other words,
Yes, yes. So I like that. I used to do the walks at Valley Children's because Valley Children's does do a walk. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't went since COVID, but
We
I
can
don't
go.
know. I know
Definitely.
we
I'm
can go
down.
now. We could sign up now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. So, and speaking of, I'll be driving to Sacramento tomorrow to go get Aiden reassessed. um,
This is gonna be a
you
big day.
know, it's going to be a big day just because, he's got diagnosed at 3. He's 10 now. There's no cure, but insurances make it hard. They don't want to pay anymore. They're like, oh, maybe there's a cure. Maybe that was misdiagnosed,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to stop paying for all these therapies.
Yeah.
So here I am. Gonna go drive tomorrow up and down just to see his actual person that diagnosed him at 3. So I love that. It's the same person. And yeah, so I'm excited for that.
I mean, it's got good cause behind it because it's almost like a refresh diagnosis so that they can help him get extra resources if need be.
Mm-hmm.
It's more current and, maybe people will be more sensitive to that information.
Yeah. And I mean, it's also now like it's more he's older, so they can like test like his intelligence level and, because at 3,
It's very hard to comply to those tests too.
it is.
If
And
you're not
to stay
understanding and
not
comprehending
understanding,
Mhm.
can't sit down long enough. I mean, he wasn't obviously on medication back then, and so it definitely it'll be different. And I'm excited to take him to Sacramento. Just me and him. We're gonna go have like lunch.
Aw, I can't wait to see. I'm sure you'll post. I'd love it.
Yeah. I mean, I like taking those trips with them because
It's
I
one-on-one
kind of,
time.
it's one-on-one time, and they get to do like, I mean, last time I took Rowan to the Capitol, they like different things, so I try to find one place that they would like to go to.
Mm-hmm.
So, be fun.
IKEA.
No. He doesn't like IKEA. I wish.
I died.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm taking a
man.
small car.
Okay, on purpose to not go to IKEA.
Exactly, on purpose, so I don't go to IKEA. Be like, take my money.
Speaking of, you said that Living Spaces was going to be a bougie IKEA. Sure wish it was.
It wasn't?
So, oh, Renzo was like, really, you guys went without me? Like, as if he really wanted to go, first of all. But Isaac said that, but at IKEA, you pretty much can buy anything you touch, right? Like,
Yeah.
literally, everything in that store is for sale. Um, it was more focused on bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms. That's it. No bathroom,
Okay.
no kitchen. They did have outdoor furniture, but then it was very just like couches, tables. I think they had a couple of lamps, but
Don't tell Daniel he loves
yeah,
lamps.
they were pretty lamps. But they weren't like all of the extra odds and ends, that you can do at
Well, I
IKEA.
had never been there. Why would you listen to me?
Because you said that Danny looked it up online and he was like, no.
He said that place looks like it's made for like really expensive ordering.
Wow.
And I know you got a table, and I know how much it was because your husband told my husband.
Okay. I'm so happy.
But I'm
And
so happy.
yeah, I'm so happy. This is our like first piece together from a furniture store and out the box. It's getting delivered this week and we paid to have them assemble it because I'm not doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they assemble it and we don't and it's wobbly, it's on them.
Yeah.
We can replace the chair or come fix it. But yeah, it's the start of a new era. We need to start building for our
I
home.
guess you can get rid of my table that I gave you.
So I was going to ask you about that because I was talking to my neighbor about it and she was saying that she's a part of a Facebook moms group, and that a lot of them are like single moms and stuff like that, and they are always looking for like apartment furniture.
Oh yeah,
and
give it
things
away.
like
I don't
that.
want it.
Okay.
It was.
I kind of would like to be able to.
Yeah, give it away.
Give it-
Remember, the rule was, if he and I don't make it,
I know.
I want my table back.
I know. But y'all married now.
We're married now, so he ain't going nowhere. So you can get rid of the table. It's okay.
And hopefully it'll go to a mom that can use it and needs a place for her little family to sit.
It's so funny. I have a picture. Oh, I hope I can find it fast because it was right here. I took a screenshot. I hate the way that Apple does their phone things now.
The photos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I look old because I'm like this?
I'll edit it.
Where is it at? I took a screenshot of it, but when I moved into this house, that was like my first little thing with my kids, a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, it's not here. It's fine.
Perfect little table for 4.
Yeah, and it was like you can see like the table in the middle of my like kitchen, and then all the boxes behind it. Like we had just moved in. Like,
Aww.
it's cute. So I was like, it's sad. We had a lot of memories here and stuff.
Good news is, for both of us, you also get to buy a new table, I'm sure, very soon. And I can have you at my table because it seats 6.
Yay!
We specifically looked for something bigger than 4 people. If I can't have my Jesus table yet.
Yeah, 100%.
At least had to do, and then I'm hoping that, oh, speaking of, okay, so if you do you want to give out your latest news yet? You want to wait till you're in it?
We can, but give me 1 second because my AirPods died.
Okay.
Okay. It did that little dee 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 dee. I'm gonna die. Okay. Where were we? Where were we?
Oh. Do you want to tell us your latest news, or do you want to wait?
I'll say it because it's gonna be released Thursday, and then
You have a countdown ticking on your.
I know, like people know. A lot of people know. Like our inner circle know. Yeah, so we're getting a house. Yay! So we're moving, and it's a great big thing for our family because we needed the space. So we're excited. My husband's been driving me crazy because he's been like on Facebook Market and
trying to fill it all up again.
He's trying to fill up this house because it's a lot bigger than our house. So, I mean, all the kids will have their own space. I'll need a new little backdrop like yours because I'll have an office. So it's a big thing, a big change, and we're excited, but I am going to miss my little house. It's been our home for so long, but
you just make sure you take lots of pictures on your way out.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, I'm going to, Emma was all recording us, like making videos of us packing already. Like, she's like, Mom, look for your blog or something.
Aww, so cute.
But, the kids are really excited. And yeah, so like 13 days. So like, it's going to be fast because I feel like this week's already almost over. And then next week we have a busy, busy week. We have, drama shows, birthdays, Vegas. And then when we come back from Vegas the following day, we'll be getting our keys.
Moving day.
So moving day during spring break. So I don't have work, I don't have school, and could just dive right in.
Sweet.
So excited.
Yay, I'm so excited, and I'm pretty sure that we'll be there to help you, so don't worry about it. I also need to bring you the TV stand from Isaac's room.
Oh, yeah.
It's still, his room, the furniture for his room is too big for his room. Does that make sense? Like, he needs to simplify his furniture, and a lot of it is just, like, it's just too big, so That's definitely
So he
one.
needs to go to IKEA.
Yeah, yeah. But on the other hand, I talked to 2 loan officers yesterday.
Oh, really?
We getting the ball rolling. Yep.
But are you going towards your work or like towards us?
I
Because
don't know
there's a
because
lot of country out by me.
yeah, but a lot of the houses that we've been looking for are right here on Grantland. So it may be a little further out too.
Yeah. Well, we
Maybe.
got the 180.
Yeah. Straight
We'll
shot.
be able to straight shot to
Right.
each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. But so I gotta get that ball rolling and hopefully we're both settled into our new homes by summertime.
Yay! That I could see that happening. I mean, you work so hard, so it's time.
Yeah. That's why I was when we were looking at the stuff at that Living Spaces place. Because he was like, "Well, I know that you want a bigger table. Like, I know you want your Jesus table." I was like, "I want 2 dining rooms. How about
Yeah.
that? How about I'm gonna get my Jesus table eventually,
Yeah.
because I want to be able to host for us in holidays and things like that. But I'm not mad at it. I'll still take my 6-seater for now.
Yeah. And that's what I told him. Like, when he was looking at stuff, I'm like, I want a round table for like in the kitchen area
Hmm.
for everyday eating, and then like a bigger table for like family eating.
Yeah,
Because we don't always all eat together. But I definitely need a bigger table that sits like 6 or 8.
yeah.
So,
I mean, and there's days where my family shrinks in numbers, and there's days where we have you guys over, and we have to like rotate who can sit where,
who's
and
eating?
yeah, and that's not fair either. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Big
excited.
things. Yeah, big
Big things
changes,
this
big
year.
things. Yeah. This is definitely the
Um,
wolf pack year.
it is, right? I know. I'm like, we have a pool, so we will be having 4th of July at our house.
You take summer, I take winter.
Okay. Deal.
Um,
Um,
Go ahead.
Jinx.
I know.
I know I told you personally already, but I only missed one question on my midterm.
That's right.
One question, and my teacher messaged me and said, "Whoa, great job on your midterm."
Oh, I was like, what do you say? What do
I
you
know, at first I
say?
was like, a message on my midterm? Like, what?
Oh.
And I was like, is this bad news?
Maybe you were one of the only few, or one of the few that
Yeah.
almost aced it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, my friend.
I know. I was so stressed out.
I know. Hence why we take time away from here.
Yeah. I know.
Sometimes life needs to come first, and this is our hobby.
Yeah. And I talked to like my dad the other day and he was like, "You sound tired. Like you don't sound energized,
Bubbly.
like
Yeah.
bubbly." He was
Yeah.
like, "You just sound tired." I'm like, "I am, Dad. I am. Do you want to see my schedule?"
Yeah, and like last week, or just like, do we record? And you were like, I'm tired. I'm like, less, say less, say less. I
Yeah.
got you.
Let's just sleep.
Yeah, it's okay.
We could
No
record us
judgment.
sleeping.
We listen
You don't watch the Kardashians, but apparently she can sleep like this.
with our eyes open.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no.
She
This
can
is
sleep anywhere.
we listen and we don't judge. So you need time. I give you time. I need time. You
Yeah.
give me time.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. But this this is not water. This tastes very good.
Mine's cherry Pepsi Zero. That's
Mm,
almost gone. But I drank 4 of these
good.
of
How's your
water
bladder doing?
before I had this.
How's your bladder doing?
Expanding. It's expanding, let me tell you, because I forget. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta go. Gotta go. Tomorrow I won't be drinking 4 of those. I'll be in the car for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna be a good idea. Take a
But
diaper with you.
I know. I'm like, I can already know which places have the good restrooms since I go that way so often. I'm like, oh, we can make it. We
Huh.
can make it.
Hey, side note, I wanted to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you a little backstory first before we get there. Okay, so you know that right now is like Lent
Oh,
season,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
With, Catholics and Lent and whatnot.
Yeah. Don't
Um,
ask me a question about it because I don't know.
okay, well, since we haven't talked on here for a while, I'll kind of catch you up on this stuff. So we don't observe, you know, um,
Mm-hmm.
we're rusty Catholics, me and Jesse. We don't really practice. We don't go to church. We don't, things of
Mm-hmm.
that sort. But we are very much aware of Lent season and when it's happening and Ash Wednesday and blah blah blah
I
blah.
think everyone is, yeah.
Well, and I don't know if you've ever had conversations with your kids about it or anything, but like we always remind our kids every single year, listen, like you may have friends who might show up with Ash, you don't acknowledge it, don't let people make fun of them. Because I remember being that kid at school that it was like, oh, your forehead's dirty. Like, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's just, it's what we believed in, and that's what we went about doing. So I just do a gentle reminder every single year for the kids to be like, if you see it or if you, just keep walking. Doesn't even matter. Don't stare at it. Don't ask questions. Don't, and if anybody else talks shit, shut them up, like kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
have your friends back. And so, anyways, sure enough, like Isaac's like, oh yeah, a couple of my friends had it, blah blah blah. I said, okay, so you just go about your day. It's gonna be another day anyways. Like relax. So, anyways, moving on from that. Fast forward. We know that it's Lent season, and
Mm-hmm.
on over the weekend, remember I told you a family member stay over, right?
Yes.
I had a
Yeah, a
cousin
family
stay the
member.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Completely
Forgot.
forget that it's Lent.
You or him?
We all child lived it up on a Friday night.
You probably made him go ask for forgiveness on Sunday.
It crossed his mind that he didn't do the right thing. So on Saturday, we take him home, this and that, and they're like, hey, thanks for having him. Did everything go well? This, that. And I said, I have to tell you something. And then I left it on red for
Not torturing her.
just,
Is it a group
what?
chat or just her?
A group. Spit
Okay.
it out. What is it? Spit it. It's just me, her, and Jesse. What happened? What did he do? What is that? And then I texted her and said, just don't be mad.
Oh my gosh.
Stretched it even more. And then Jesse finally told her, he ate meat on Friday. And we fucked up. You trusted us to take care of it.
Never again during Lent is he going over there.
He
No,
said,
what did she say?
I'm sorry, I'm a rusty Catholic. She was like, oh my God, I thought he like drank alcohol or broke something.
Not alcohol. Seventh
In
grader.
my house? Who does that?
Like, oopsie, he drank out of my cup on accident.
He might have made a mixed drink. He might have sipped out of it.
I'm probably sure the alcohol would have been less worse.
Right?
Catholics drink wine.
She was like, oh my God, it's not that serious. Relax. I thought something much worse was going to happen.
But does he know, like, he practiced that? Like, he gets
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And I was like, okay, this can't 100% be my fault. It can't. You got to be responsible for yourself, too. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hold you accountable.
I mean, you're in 7th grade. I mean, you should know.
Come on. But I just thought it was hilarious. Don't trust me with your child during Lent. We obviously don't follow those rules.
My goddaughter came over, and she was like, oh, I can't watch YouTube. My kids were like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you watch YouTube? And they thought, like, her mom took it away. And then her mom's like, no, she gave it up for Lent. And my kids, they don't know Lent. We're not, we're Christians. They know the Christian way, you know. They know about fasting and giving stuff up, but so that's kind of what I had to tell them. And I was like, no, she gave it up. Like, she gave up, you know, YouTube for Lent, which is what Catholics do. And she was like, they were like, oh, but like God asked her to. It's like almost like, is God gonna ask us to give up YouTube? Because I don't know, God, like,
Yeah.
you know. But I had to explain to them, like, it's like fasting, you know, like when we give up something, like that's what it is, you know. And then they're like, oh, so like she can't watch any YouTube. Like their main thing is
That's the important part.
important
So,
part.
like, no YouTube.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's a good way to put it. That's where I was kind of going with it, is like, what do you do in situations, like, especially now that you're working in like on campus, like, do you hear these discussions, or like how do you address them if it comes up, or like, you know, not everybody shares the same views, and there are so many different types of views now that, like, I feel like when I was growing up, and I know this is gonna sound really stereotypical, but I feel like growing up, I was always just, the elementary schools I were at had like a high percentage of Hispanics, and I feel like most
Yeah.
of them were Catholic, so it wasn't like it was weird, or like the few people that weren't Catholic, they were the weird ones. Like, you mean you didn't go get your ashes? Like,
Yeah, that was me.
yeah.
I was like, what is on your head? No, I don't. I mean, the schools that I work at, I mean, they're pretty diverse. No, I do know that like certain kids of certain religions like that don't eat the pork or certain meat. They always just bring hot lunch. And I mean, some of these lunches that these kids bring, I'm like, you can tell what parents are like making sure they're eating like the 5 food groups and which ones to send like chips and candy. And I was like looking at their lunches, and I actually told one of the other workers, and I was like, man, I used to tell my daughter, like, you can't take that to lunch, and try to pack them like this great looking lunch. And I'm like, when I see what other kids are eating, I'm like, I feed my kids good.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think I worked on that day. Or a lot of kids, like, I know my goddaughters go after school, so it's not like a thing during school. But
yeah, I always knew like a lot of people would go to like midnight mass and stuff like that. So like some people would show up with it that day because they went to church at midnight that morning, yeah, and would show up with ashes and stuff like that. It was always like more of a common thing. But I mean, even when I was in college, the church was within walking distance. So I mean, like, we all walked in a group. And then at work, which this didn't happen at my last facility, but at my current facility, there was a priest that was going around from department to department accommodating. So it's kind of like, it's all, you know, kind of, I'm seeing it unfold again. It's been so long. I went from working graveyard to working at a facility that was just privately owned and probably just chose not to, like, I'm not even just going to do this, to now at another 24-hour facility, but I'm actually during the daytime, and they have a chaplain and they have a priest and they have this and this and that. And so they were going department to department trying to be like, you know, do you need this? Do you want this? Are you observing this? And like, no pressure.
No, I know when I worked during the day at the hospital that we used to work at, but different ones, they, instead of, you know, legally giving us time off to go and get them, would have someone there and in like in a conference room or like this area.
Yeah.
And say like, come get them and they'll be here during this time, so you don't have to like leave work. I mean, you can be on the clock, but you don't have to like
come back,
take time off work to go.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, you know, even my youngest being 14 years old, I still do my best to try to just remind him to just be a good person and just don't, you know, you don't have to understand it, but you don't need to acknowledge it either.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I just wanted to see your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, more like
I was that person picked on for not having ashes, so I'm just like,
or if you've ever had those conversations with your kids or anything like that.
not until like I said recently, I had to explain it to them, like what it was, because they're like, "What do you mean, Lent and giving this up?" And I mean, I didn't go into too detailed even about like the whole eating, what they can and can't. They're still young.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't know.
Yeah. Well, especially if they're going to be exposed to different cultures and things like that, I think that's a good starter conversation. Like, not everybody does Christmas or,
Oh yeah, that they know.
Yeah. Both of my kids have friends that observe Ramadan and stuff like that. So like it's just things that we bring up and try to help each other understand like how to address it, how to act around it type thing.
Yeah.
Little things like that. And if anybody else has any advice, I mean, I know that there's books out there. There's people make YouTube videos now of like, how to understand
to
it.
children about it and understand.
There are adults out there who need these little self-help videos on how to deal with, other people's cultures because everyone lives a different lifestyle. And you don't need to understand it. You don't need to you just need to be a nice person. That's all. Just be
Well, I'm
kind.
taking that class about like diversity and equality for child development. So
It's not the DEI.
Yeah. Trust me, I got to write about the indigenous people. This 500 words.
My people.
My people. Blake, you stole this country from my people. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's pretty interesting, yeah. And that ends soon, right? Because doesn't that end next week?
Good Friday. Right before.
Which is... Oh, okay.
We got a long ways to go.
Because I know Passover is before that, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Passover is the beginning. Then you have your Ash Wednesday, and then you have your Good Friday, and then it's Easter Sunday.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
Still a long ways to go. But anyways.
I don't know about an episode coming out next week, because I got... Maybe if we record on Monday, because I got nothing on Monday, but Emma's birthday Tuesday. Wednesday, we're doing something for Santino.
If you don't have any kids this weekend, maybe we could get together.
I don't have anything on my schedule, actually. Or maybe we can make some content and go to Big Hat Days.
That is this weekend.
And try out some food.
I was telling my mom about that. That is this weekend. You're right.
It is this weekend. But I don't have plans. So.
Okay.
Call me,
If you need someone to talk to.
But, yeah. And then Thursday, Emma has her drama performance. And then Friday, I'm going to be packing. And Saturday, I'm going to be...
Take off.
Is that how you do it? Is that an airplane? Or...
Oh, no, sign language, girl.
I think this is the airplane. I forgot already. Awkward. But yeah, and then we'll be back Monday.
Okay. How's wedding planning?
You're supposed to help me with my save the dates.
I said show me, send me some examples.
I sent it to you.
Where?
Like a while ago. I said I want these.
We'll take this conversation offline.
But yeah, I need to get my save the dates out. I did wedding dress shopping, which was super fun with everyone.
And you've selected.
And then I selected, and I booked another day. But I actually told her I wanted to try on this other dress too that I seen on the website by the same guy.
Okay.
But I think it's gonna be like another dress I already tried on. I think it's gonna be too heavy here.
That's okay. You still have time to try things on just for funsies.
Yeah. Just because there'll be different people there too that day, so I think 2 dresses will be fine to try.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
But,
not finding these. We're going to have to talk about this because I went through your text messages and I don't see it.
you know, our phones delete things. Maybe it was on Messenger.
Facebook?
Or the group chat.
You send them to me again.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
I gotta print those out and get those going. I need addresses ASAP from some people.
Mm-hmm.
But lucky you have half of them from your weddings.
True that. You can have my little box.
Yeah. But yeah, we need to get that going. And then, I mean, everything's booked, so I just feel like we're just waiting.
Riding it out. Just ride the wave
Riding
now.
out. You know, we're gonna focus on the house the next 2 months, probably a month and a half, and then get back into wedding. But yeah.
You should just have the wedding at your house. That's okay.
No. I already made
No.
half the payment for the venue. I was so happy I paid it early.
You're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine.
It'll work out.
Okay. You got anything else?
Let me see. No?
No new watches? No new binges? No time.
You don't like anything. And no, I'm going back. I went back to Gilmore Girls. I'm on season 3.
Again, I thought that was a wintertime thing.
It's anytime thing. So I'm back on that.
Back up on her bullshit.
Yeah. One of our listeners said the Cal Poly girl that went missing. You should probably look into that, and then maybe we'll talk about that next episode. She went like missing,
Recently?
and they're like, I think it's pretty recent, but there's like a whole trial and court stuff going on. I forgot her name. I'll text her about it, and I'll send it to you.
Okay. I'm on it.
But she was listening to our other one that we're talking about, and so she's like, oh, you guys should talk about them. This one. And I said, no, I'm not watching any more documentaries.
Not true crime.
Not true crime.
She's banned me from the true crime.
I want gossip. I want stuff that's bad for your brain.
Okay, so maybe, and we can, I don't know. I don't know shit about it, and I don't know if you know shit about it, but my sister is obsessed with the Bad Baby Alabama Barker bullshit right now. Like,
oh yeah, I can go on that.
So maybe we need to have her on so we can talk about this shit, and she could walk me through, because I want to make a whole diagram about what the hell is going on here.
It's so crazy. I can't keep up. I always read up on it on Snapchat.
She's like an expert in this subject, so maybe we need to bring her on for trash talk. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, does she watch Selling Sunset? I love them too.
Probably.
They're going to be coming out with a new episode. Oh, and on Netflix, I might send you something. I think we have to watch this show because it's on my list and it's coming out with the Emily in Paris.
Don't know it.
Well, you need to because she's coming out with another season.
Where's this missing girl from?
Emily in Paris. So
No. Where's the missing girl from?
She's probably asleep. Cal Poly.
Cal Poly. Okay, hold on. Lord Jesus, I've been there twice in the last 60 days. Kristen Smart. No, I don't know. Is it Kristen Smart?
Could be.
After 26 years of being missing, this is the first person that showed up on my whole Google search.
And it's
here.
like a trial in probably.
I will look into this. I've been meaning to get you to watch You Don't Want This on Netflix. It's about podcasters. Or two girls starting a podcast.
Season 4 is coming out. There's 4 seasons of Emily in Paris.
I don't know what that is.
It's about a girl that goes to Paris and she's does marketing. We should hire her.
You know what's funny
is just kidding. She's not real.
Out of all the girls who dream and fantasize about going to Paris, it's trash there. Stop dreaming about it.
I don't want to go to Paris. I'm going to Ireland.
Paris is absolute trash. Rat-infested trash, I said.
What's the name of the one on Netflix?
You Don't Want This is loosely based on the real-life experience of creator Aaron Foster and stars Kristen Bell and Adam Brody.
It's not popping up on mine.
Some love story thing.
Nobody Wants This, you mean?
Nobody Wants This, yes.
Girl, I think that's on my to-do watch list. because I think I watched it. No, this is about the rabbi and the podcaster girls. Oh, yeah, I've seen this movie already.
Is it any good? Should I watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's a series, but I thought it was a movie.
Is it? Oh, gosh.
But literally, it's 10 episodes, and they're like 30 minutes long. I probably watched it all in one day. Like,
I will tinky about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that one we could talk about, because they talk about, like, so, and just a clip note, because now I know, because you were saying the wrong name.
Okay.
Clip note, like, their podcast talks about, like, their dating sexual experiences.
Right.
And then she dates a rabbi.
Do rabbis date?
This one did. And then the plot twist starts, but
Yeah.
that's why. But, yeah, I liked it.
Nobody wants this.
I could talk to you about that. I could rewatch it. Tell me when you're going to watch it, and I'll
Apparently,
rewatch it.
there's going to be a season 2 or something.
First, about Kristen Bell, I love her. Like, I watch anything she's in, honestly. I don't care if it's bad
I
or
like
good.
her too. I do like her too. Okay, I'll see if Jesse's down. He likes chick flick stuff.
Yeah, he won't watch it because it might have a second season, so you might just have to watch it without him.
Well, we're not going to tell him.
Okay.
He started Breaking Bad over again. For like the 7th time.
I told him to watch Yellowstone. It's done.
I'll remind him.
Okay, because we could talk about that too. Because I, for sure, can be I wonder if you would like Beth. I wonder if you would classify yourself as a...
I hear it's a really good show.
It is.
I don't know. I have been classified as a cookie.
I can see that.
I
can see that.
My aunt calls me Cookie. Like, that's my name.
Oh, I can watch Empire again. I like that show too.
You like that show?
Looks like I'm not going to be doing homework a lot and be watching shows.
Stop it.
Just kidding. All right. Well, this was fun. I love our little banters.
It was nice to catch up with you.
I know. I haven't talked to you in 3 days. Or more than that.
It feels like our life is being documented one week at a time.
Right, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk soon. I'll text you privately about those wedding. Save the dates.
Resend them and I will take care of that.
Okay.
Aye, Captain. Okay.
Gotcha. Bye.
Bye. Bye, bestie.
Bye, bestie. Thanks for listening to another hour of our bullshit.
Make sure you follow us on all of our socials at bfil.podcast.
You can catch us every week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Bye, besties.